But what do you think couples should prioritize, or how does like the order of priorities go when you plan a destination wedding?
Yeah, so I would say for destination, like really think about this is where a checklist comes in, right? So this is where you really should have a checklist of what are the things. So I would say the biggest thing is think about your guests, one, obviously number of people that are coming, but think about the guests and what's going to be convenient for them as well because you're asking them to kind of fly to or drive wherever travel to a destination to celebrate with you. So in that sense, we also have to be mindful of like, okay, how can I make this an easy process for them, an enjoyable process for them, a non-stressful, like when they get there, they should know, they should have all the details of where's the wedding, what transportation is available, where can they stay, what are things to do around there? Because sometimes most destination weddings, your guests make it a vacation. So you need to have like, just like some things for them to do, right? So I definitely think that being able to think about your guest number one. And then I'd say the next thing is think about what are some of the items for your wedding that you are able to have provided at the destination location, because you don't want to have to think about shipping all these items there and then back, right? Because that can be a huge hassle. And again, so that's part of checklist. But I think the more resources that you can utilize at wherever destination you are going to be at, the better. It just makes life easier for the bride and groom. It makes it easier for the planner, for the venue. It just makes it easier for everyone all around. So yeah, I mean, just, and another thing I would say encourage is maybe not like encourage monetary gifts, but encourage if there are gifts to be shipped to their house either prior to the wedding or, just say like there's a card box only, because again, you don't want to have to like worry about having to ship things back after the wedding, right? Especially like if they're going to be on a honeymoon after that, then who's going to have to worry about that? Mom, dad, aunt, uncle, cousin, so it just becomes a little bit more. I think that's the thing is like people don't think about the after part of the wedding. They think, oh, all these things, but then the end of the night, it's like, oh, wait, we have all these boxes and all these gifts. Like, what do we do with them now? So for destination, that's even more of an afterthought. So I think that's definitely key when planning.
Wow.
At what point do you start to at what point do you share with your guests like that if you're gonna have a box, like send it to my house or something like that? Like how does that interaction happen or that communication?
So I would say that is something that can be put on your wedding website, because nowadays everyone has a wedding website, or for most couples have a wedding website. So when you send your invitation, or your not even invitation, but when you send your save the dates out, whether it's virtual or in the mail, there can be something on there that will say, like, and I've seen it done before where it says like, please have wedding presents shipped to so and so. I mean, and I think with destination, it's understandable. So I think that if there's like a little blurb on your save the date, and then reiterate it again on your website, I think people understand that and they're like, okay, obviously, like we'll just send that, prior to the wedding. And it can be, I think, like, yeah, it can be done at any time, really, and just like reiterate it again, like on the invitation.